Good day. This is a guide on how to make the Flexible Instructional Development Plan or FIDP using the KCTI format. What is an FIDP? A Flexible Instructional Development Plan or FIDP is a plan that school entities can use as an alternative method of delivering instruction if a situation arises that prevents instruction in the usual manner. The FIDP, as it was designed, took into account the context of learners, the majority of whom do not have or have unstable internet connectivity. Thus, it considered the limited schedule of classes, flexible modalities of instruction, self-paced learning of learners, and learning assessment, which favors performance-based assessment in the context of flexible modalities of learning when planning a flexible class. The FIDP is divided into several parts. The first part is the heading portion. It is where you can find the following: the heading, grade, course subject title, semester, number of hours per semester, prerequisites, if needed, and the course subject description. The second part is the table. It is where you can find the following: content, content standards, most essential topics, performance standards, learning competencies, flexible assessment activities, and highest enabling strategy to use in developing the highest thinking skill to assess. The table is an organization of the 2013 Curriculum Guide, Most Essential Learning Competencies of 2020, and the integration of the philosophy, vision, mission, goals, and objectives of KCTI. These informs about what the school hopes to accomplish and achieve for the students' future. The first column is the content. This comes from the 2012 CG content. The facts, concepts, theories, and principles taught and learned in specific subject are referred to as content. The second column is the content standard. A content standard is a statement that can be used to assess the quality of curriculum content or as part of an evaluation method. This comes from the 2013 CG as well. The third column is the most essential topics. These are the MELCs that DepEd provided as the primary reference for all schools in determining and implementing learning delivery approaches that are appropriate for the local context and learner diversity, while adapting to the challenges posed by COVID-19. The fourth column is the performance standards. Performance standards define the acceptable level of performance in a skill and area of knowledge. The KCTI developed their own performance standard, which academic coordinators defined based on their own academic strengths. The fifth column is the learning competencies. This is divided into two more columns, complete and most essential. Learning competencies are the main ideas or skills you expect students to master. Complete refer to the knowledge, understanding, skills, and attitudes that students need to demonstrate in every lesson and/or learning activity as mandated by DepEd in the MELCs. Most essential is a combination of the subject's most essential topics, third column, and performance standard, fourth column, to produce a school-based competency addressing present issues reflecting the KCTI PVMGO. The sixth column is the flexible assessment activities, also divided into modular and online. Students participate in their own learning through flexible assessment activities. It is about learners making decisions about the manner and form of their performance, which demonstrates how well they have learned and how well they can apply that learning. Modular learning employs learning modules that help students learn on their own. This section is where you will list all of the assessments that you will use in your respective modules per subject area. Online learning makes use of online platforms that help students learn on their own. This section contains a list of all the assessments used in your online program by subject area. Online quizzes and exams, online classes, online polls and surveys, peer evaluation and review, and so on are all examples of online learning. The last column is the highest enabling strategy to use in developing the highest thinking skill to assess. It is divided into Enabling General Strategy and Flexible Learning Strategies or FLS. In this section, we highlight the most empowering approach to fostering students' advanced thinking skills. Enabling General Strategy in relation to the KUD assists students in beginning to understand the learning process. Communication, presentation, reasoning and proof, representation, problem solving, and other skills are included. The design of physical spaces as a mechanism for supporting student-centered learning and personalized instruction is frequently mentioned in flexible learning strategies. Specific classroom arrangements, for example, can encourage or discourage certain types of learning and engagement. By adhering to the alignment framework, the plan must be rooted in the reason for teaching the subject in order to design appropriate assessment activities and evaluation mechanisms for facilitating and certifying learners' learning. The performance tasks are designed to target the development of competencies in learners that can be assessed. This mapping of aligned learning and assessment activities aids in the articulation of the most important topics that must be addressed in the subject's flexible teaching. This is the last part of the FIDP. Any learning activity or assessment that requires students to perform in order to demonstrate their knowledge, understanding, and proficiency is referred to as a performance task. Performance tasks produce a tangible product and/or performance that can be used to demonstrate learning. In KCTI, we use the multidisciplinary performance task that focuses on the various subject and the various perspectives they bring to illustrate a topic, theme, or issue. A multidisciplinary performance task is one in which the same topic is studied from multiple disciplines' perspectives. This is derived from the performance standard. The rubric is a form of assessment that clearly indicates achievement criteria for a given performance task. This is a scoring tool that expresses the performance expectations explicitly. It should break down the assigned work into component parts and provide clear descriptions of the work characteristics associated with each component at varying levels of mastery. Guide questions are questions that students are asked while working on the performance task. By providing more open-ended support that draws students' attention to key details without being prescriptive, guide questions enable students to move to higher levels of thinking. Thank you for watching the video. I hope this helps you in crafting your FIDP.